welcome to this week's issue of the TV and Film Review podcast. I'm your host, Stuart Scott. Today joining me is, I think we can call him co-host now, Liam Kearney.
Had a promotion. Hello.
Aye, I think so. And also film writer, Kate McCall.
Hello.
Nice to have you back, Kate.
Nice to be back.
Very, very sorry about not having a show last week. A few scheduling conflicts meant that we couldn't really get enough people to do it. But we're back and hopefully better than ever this week. We'll see how it goes. So I think we'll start off as usual with what we've been watching this week. Liam, if you want to go first, kick us off.
Yeah, no worries. Well, this week I have been watching I don't know if you guys watched it when it was originally on Channel 4 or Sundance in America. The Returned. It's like a French drama. People came back from the dead. And they didn't realise they died, so it's all in French with subtitles. I kind of missed a couple of episodes when it was first on, and it's now on Netflix to watch. So I kind of watched all that, so I kind of watched that in about a day, because it's just, obviously with Netflix, because kind of binge watch. I kind of watched there's only 8 episodes, that kind of flew through quickly. So that was really good, really recommend it to people. I think a lot of people can get put off because it's subtitled and, having to read it, and I mean, you really do need to pay attention, because obviously if you miss anything, you don't know what's going on. Unless you know French, of course. Yeah, really recommend it. It was really good. It's kind of got some kind of interesting storylines. It's got a second series. It's been picked up for a second series. It was on in France a couple of years ago, and they still haven't shot the second series yet, so I don't quite know when it's going to come out. But definitely recommend that for people. And ABC, one of their mid-season shows, Resurrection, sounds a bit similar to it.
I was going to say, if you watched the Oscars last night, every break, Resurrection's coming, Resurrection. And it just,
really?
Yeah, and it was just like, this looks so bad. Because, I watched maybe 2/3 of The Returned, and then I went to, it kind of crossed over with when I was in Tokyo last summer, so I missed the end of it. And I wasn't really, I didn't have that desire to go, when I came back, to go back and watch it again. I liked it, but it is quite slow, and like you mentioned, if you're not quite, it's not one of these ones where you can do a few things on your phone while you're watching it, because you will lose what's going on, because you need to read the subtitles. But
totally, it made apparent how much I clearly go on Twitter and that when I'm on my phone, when I'm watching TV, because I was just on Twitter and then looking up and be like, I don't know what they're talking about.
I know,
so yeah, totally needs to pay attention. Yeah, I agree, it's slow.
I saw it was on Netflix anyway, and I thought, I might go back and watch it all again. I'd have to start again, because I can't. Yeah. I'd miss all the little intricacies and things. But yeah, it's. But Resurrection doesn't. It's not. They're saying it's not a remake, is it? But it's kind of loosely based on The Returned.
Yeah, I think it's a book, They're Returned. So I think they're both kind of based on the same book. I could be wrong. Right. I could be wrong. I think The Returned is based on a. No, I think The Return's based on a film.
Oh, it's based on a film, yeah. I don't know, The Returned was because it was quite slow. They had that little boy, like that demon child boy, didn't they? It was just really freaky. Yeah, and it was quite creepy, and there was a serial killer element from what I can remember as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what Resurrection just looks a bit like, a bit more soapy, a bit more like, they've come back from the dead, and it's all about more about the grieving process and fitting these people back into their lives. I'm not sure if there's a supernatural element to it at all. Yeah, I'm not sure either. I think I read a preview, mid-season preview, and they kind of said that Resurrection kind of focuses more on the religious side of, God and what kind of happens. The Return doesn't really touch on that at all. They all seem to just kind of accept that these people have come back and don't really make a big deal about it. But I think Resurrection, like you say, is a bit more soapy and a bit more kind of what does it all kind of mean about God and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's proper ABC, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I'll check it out just because it sounds so similar, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as good. But I agree, it's slow, but you should definitely think, because it's, I think it helps with Netflix as well, because you can kind of keep going. And like you say, there's all kind of little points that kind of later on all kind of feed into the same thing. The last episode, it just goes really weird. And quite strange, and what makes you then kind of want to know what's going on.
I was going to say, it makes you excited for the second series.
Well, yeah, definitely. I can't wait. It's good. So that's the main thing I've been watching. Other stuff, obviously, with the Olympics being over, a lot of stuff's been back now. Like Grey's. I know, thank goodness. It's like Grey's Anatomy, but I'm sure Stuart will probably be talking about that. Scandal's back, which is good, which is probably fantastic. It's totally bonkers and just, I don't really know what they're going on. They're just going absolutely crazy with it, but it's good. It's still good. Good guilty pleasure. Parks and Rec is back as well, which is hilarious.
It came back with an excellent episode.
It was so good. The bit with Ben and Larry or Jerry or whatever. The whole kind of date thing was fantastic.
Yeah, I really liked the beginning as well, where she's in the radio station, and you've got the guy from Pawnee and the guy from Eagleton. I really like the bit where he says "scoff." Did you just say the word "scoff"? I had quite a few during that episode.
Me too. And that's probably about it, really. And then the mid-season stuff, obviously, just kind of checking them out, seeing whether any of them were any good. Didn't really think
any worth watching?
Not really.
No.
I thought the NBC comedies about a boy was pretty much just a film in 20 minutes.
Oh God, really?
Yeah. With One Direction thrown in. Grown Up Fisher, the one about the blind guy, was terrible. They picked the most unlikable child as the lead. I don't know how you can do that, but the child was horrible. And Mixology, I don't know if you guys watched that, the one 10 single people in a bar or something.
Yeah, I heard about it. I've seen we've done a review on it. Is it a reality show?
No, it's a sitcom. It's kind of, people have been comparing it to Happy Endings.
Alright.
So it's like 10 single people in a bar, and they're all kind of meant to find love, but it's, guys are making jokes about rape and all this. It's just not funny at all. And again, it's wasting the Modern Family slot. Like, the Goldbergs or Trophy Wife would have been perfect after Modern Family, but instead they've put that, and it's just, don't know what ABC are thinking.
Yeah, that's an odd pairing. I was just going to say that I really like the premise for that, but I remember way back in, whenever the trailers were released, and I watched the trailer for it, and I just thought, no, it's not going to be funny, and obviously it's had bad reviews. So, but good premise, but shame.
It's probably like a lot of American or a lot of shows. They've got a good premise, and then it just never works out. The only, I wouldn't say it was decent. The only one I kind of liked was Star-Crossed, which is on the CW. I quite like the idea behind it, kind of what you're saying, Kate. It's got a good premise. Aliens kind of crash land on Earth, and it's about them kind of living with humans and some of the kind of teenage.
Like a remake of The Neighbours, or
no. It's like
Is it like Roswell?
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah. They kind of get.
okay.
The aliens kind of get integrated into the high school, but I mean, it's kind of typical CW. They've got a love triangle and all that, and everyone's really pretty. It's just it's kind of a shame it's on the CW, because I think if it was on another network, kind of they've got kind of the kind of political and there's side of things, and there's a renegade group trying to bomb the humans and all that. I think if it wasn't on the CW, it could be a lot better. So, pretty people. I mean, you can't go wrong with them.
I know. Aye. Best thing about the CW, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they just recycle the same people over and over again, so...
Yeah, well, as the CW, in this one, they've got I think everyone in it has been in another CW show.
Oh my god.
They have totally just recycled them. But yeah, that's pretty much me for this week.
Alright, Kate, do you fancy going next?
Yeah, I haven't really got, like I said, I've been watching, I caught up on, Parks is back this week, and Community, and Modern Family as well, but, and then it's just the stuff that I was watching last time as well, so True Detective and things, but the one I did want to mention was Hannibal was back, it was back on Friday, I think, and I didn't realise it was actually on Friday, because I'm pretty sure last series it was on a Thursday, and when I heard it was on Friday, I was like, oh, NBC, why are you putting it on a Friday? Especially as they waited so long to renew it as well.
Yeah.
They put us all through hell, and it was like, just renew it, it's so good. And I really... Has it gone into... Because I know they put... Was it NBC who did Dracula as well?
Yeah.
And I think that was on a Friday night slot as well. So whether they're just... That's where they put those kind of dramas now. I don't know. But for me, Fridays just means they want to get, it's been pushed off and it'll get cancelled. And it's, the death knell of television. So I was a bit like, ooh, I have to put it on a Friday, but
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see how the ratings go, I guess. But I thought it came back really strong. I really have you guys seen it at all?
No, I've got the first season stored up, but I've not had a chance to watch it.
Okay,
I've been there for ages, but I really fancy it.
Okay, well, I won't spoil too much then. But it kind of picks up almost straight on from where season 1 ended, and so the quality throughout season 1 was so strong and so high, and it just, carries on from that. Season 2 just starts immediately. And it's quite interesting, actually, because it starts with kind of a flash forward, and so to, like, an amazing fight sequence. And you're just like, is this a dream? What's going on? And then it's like, says, 12 weeks earlier, and we get into, season 2 proper. So we know what we're building up to now, so that's really interesting how they're going to get there. So
is that going to be like the finale then, is it?
I presume so, because it's it said 12 weeks earlier, so it's pretty much like saying 12 episodes earlier, So, but yeah, it's a good start, and it's set up the storyline for season 2.
I
Still
take it,
cast really strong, so yeah.
I take it Mads Mikkelsen's staying on for season 2 as well, yeah?
Yeah, everyone's back. Hugh Dancy's back as Will Graham, and Lawrence Fishburne's back, so...
I forgot Lawrence Fishburne was in it as well.
Yeah.
I love Mads Mikkelsen. Superb actor.
Yeah, he's really good in this. And so if you haven't seen any of it, Stu, it's by the time...
I'm dying to get started on it. Other things have popped up that I really want to see.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. It's by the guy who did Pushing Daisies, I think. Brian Fuller. And it's just shot. Another tip for you is don't eat while you watch it.
David was telling me that as well. Yeah,
because it's in one sense it's like proper food porn, because he's making all these amazing dishes, but it's like human meat. So
nice.
And also the other funny thing about it is the serial killings in it are so horrific and grotesque, and they get away with a lot for a network television show. But you're just thinking of all these, horrendous serial killings happening in the same town, in the same state. It's like, they must have the worst serial killers in that part of America. But, it's, season 1's kind of, it's a little bit procedural, but interesting as well, really interesting cases. But then you've got the main arc as well, so, so I'm not really sure. The way they started season 2 is that it looked like it was going to be a one-off case, but then it seemed to end halfway. The episode ended halfway through the case, so whether it's not them focusing more on the main story arc this year rather than a monster, well, not monster of the week, but serial killer of the week. So, but yeah, definitely recommend, worth a watch, and really good cast, and beautifully shot, but really grotesque and ugly, and disturbing, and a bit gross as well. Yeah. But yeah, that's about it for me, really.
All right. Also, Liam, you mentioned Grey's Anatomy came back this week after my false announcement a month early.
I'm all excited too early.
Yeah, I was really, really excited for it to come back, and ended up quite disappointed with the comeback episode. Everyone said that they loved it and everything, but I don't know. I won't spoil it too much, but the thing that happened in the mid-season finale, it kind of happened off screen, and I didn't like it. I thought that should have been a big moment for them with the right, spoilers. I don't even care. With Jackson and April getting married, I thought that should have been the pivotal scene, and that should have been the way it opened up, started with a bang, and they're getting into all the crap relationships that I don't really want to hear about, to be honest. I don't know. I'm a bit pessimistic about the rest of the season.
It's just the interns. They just need
to
get rid of the interns.
Yeah.
Dragging it down. Especially the guy, Shane. Oh.
Do you know, I really liked him, but I think it was more because of my love for Friday Night Lights that I liked him. He's Smash Williams, and I can't remember which season he comes in Friday Night Lights, but he was good in that. The Grace, the tall girl, she is just awful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be bothered if they just killed her off screen and said, she left for another hospital or whatever. Yeah. Other than that, I continued watching Archer. I don't know, I've been getting quite into my animated stuff this last couple of weeks. Archer's really funny. It's really quite dark, and for anyone that hasn't seen it, it's about like a really, I don't know, like a horrible version of James Bond. This super spy who's just a total arsehole, basically. And just gets up to all sorts of mischief while he's drunk, and it's funny, it's good.
Yeah, I tried watching it because you recommended it because I like Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think the animation kind of annoyed me. I think I really need to sit down and give it a go, but yeah, I don't quite like the...
Funny you should mention Bob's Burgers as well. They do a wee crossover episode at the start of season 4 that I really liked. Basically, it's him pretending to be... like, he walks into this role as Bob from Bob's Burgers, and it's just kind of explaining what happened between season 3 and 4. It's quite funny. But that's kind of the point I'm up to just now. I think I'm just maybe 3 or 4 episodes away from the end of season 4. And I'll need to find... I don't know if Channel 5 have got season 5 on over here yet. I might just try and catch up on that as well. Justified as well was really good. I remember Robbie saying a couple of weeks ago, this was me just getting to catch up with it. Like all the surprising deaths and things like that, and just the way it all turns out, it's really, really good. If you haven't watched Justified, it's probably one of the best shows on TV for me just now. One of the most underrated anyway. It's like a kind of cop drama, but it's more than that. It's more kind of character focused on Timothy Oliphant's character. And it's got that whole kind of southern US thing about it. It's really cool. I like that. I started watching, bear with me on this one. Started watching on Netflix Adventure Time with my wee sister.
Oh yeah.
I've heard about that.
Do you know what? It's really fucking good. It's so funny. It's a bit like The Simpsons, and there's references there that kids wouldn't get, and it's kind of for people our age, you know?
Yeah, I've seen a few episodes of it, I don't quite get the humour of it. Well, I mean, I get the humour, but it's not my it's not my kind of humour. But yeah. I like the little fantasy, you know, because they're only 10-15 minutes, aren't they, an episode?
Yeah.
And I like all the little fantasy adventures they go on, and I like that element of it. I just wish I found it a bit funnier.
Yeah.
That's just stopped me.
You can just put it on the background, and it's
yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's quite a few seasons of it, aren't there? Is there like?
I don't know. It's only the first one that's on Netflix. You might be right, aye. Well, maybe not as many as 10. I think I was still watching Cartoon Network 10 years ago, and it hadn't started yet, so maybe 6 or 7. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's really easy to watch, and you can just throw it on. And I'm going to be honest, I have watched a few episodes without my wee sister as well, so guilty pleasure there. What was the last thing? Oh, someone convinced me this week to start watching anime again, like the Japanese manga cartoons, and I decided to watch one that everyone who likes it talks about, Attack on Titan. It's I don't know, I take it you guys aren't into that kind of thing, no?
I'm not, no.
No, I know a few of them, but I haven't heard of that one.
It's that's like the massive one just now, and I put on 2 episodes the other night, and I think I found out it was on Netflix yesterday, and I watched about 15 episodes this morning. Woke up really early at like 8:30 and just watched all of it, basically. A little bit ashamed about that, but it's so good, it's so addictive. Recommend that anyone on Netflix actually gives that a try, even if you're not into the anime and all that, because I'm not really. But it's really good, really quite creepy at the start, and then...
So, what's the basic premise of it?
It's kind of a fantasy world where all the humans live inside this big walled city, and outside of it, it's these giant monster people things that eat humans, and something happens, and it's like a big war that starts basically. But it's more about the characters and all that as well, and how the story goes on from where you think it's going to go. It kind of goes off on a tangent. It's really cool, especially even if you like that kind of thing as a kid. Like I used to watch Dragon Ball Z and all that when I was a bit younger. It's that same kind of, like the fight scenes and all that. All the action scenes are quite similar. But yeah, it's really cool. You should give it a try. If you're not addicted after the first episode, then you drop it. 20 minutes as well, so very easy to watch. So we'll move on and we'll talk about our first topic, the movies that are going to be released in March. I haven't done as March movies, that sounded much better. So what films are coming out this month that you guys quite fancy seeing? What are the ones that you're most looking forward to? Muppets, oh yeah, that's at the end of the month, isn't it?
The end of
the
month.
20th,
yes.
yeah.
Sadly, that's the only downside about it, is Ricky Gervais is going to be...
Oh really?
I'm not a fan.
Yeah. No, I'm not either.
I always sound like I'm down on everything on this podcast. Yeah, but no, I'm really excited about the Muppets. I loved the first movie. I thought it was fantastic. Took me back to my childhood, so I'm really looking forward to this. And Tina Fey's in it as well, and I really like her from 30 Rock.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to it. But yeah, it's just a shame Ricky Gervais is in it, but I can put up with him.
Maybe he won't be in it very much.
No, hopefully it's just a wee cameo, but I have a feeling...
I've been plugging it on Facebook and Twitter all week, so I think he might be in it for a while.
Yeah, I think he might be as well, but... And probably the other one for me is Captain America.
Yeah, I think everyone's looking forward to that, aren't they?
Not me.
Are you... Was it you that had all the hate for Captain America last time?
No, I'm not interested in any of the Marvel films.
Oh no.
So I've never seen any of the Iron Mans or... I've seen the Thors, but only because Natalie Portman's in them. She's
I thought you were going to say
girl.
only because I thought you were only going to say because of Chris Hemsworth.
No. Natalie Portman all the way.
That's why I watched them.
So no, I haven't got any interest, I'm afraid, in Captain America.
Yeah, fair enough. So what ones are you buzzing for, Kate?
I'm really looking forward to seeing Under the Skin, which is out on the 14th of March, which is Jonathan Glazer's new film, but he hasn't done a film for about 9 years. And it's set in rural Scotland, and it just follows Scarlett Johansson, who's got like a dark brunette bob for this, and she plays this alien who travels around Scotland, drives around Scotland in the car, just looking for like victims and picking up men to kind of seduce, and then I think she either eats them or takes them back to her lair or something. I've tried not to read too much.
We won't go further than that. Family friendly and all that.
I know. Well, no, it's probably a good 15-18 certificate, but I haven't read too much about it. All I know is she's an alien and it's rural Scotland and it's very weird, and it premiered at Venice last year and it got really good reviews, and people were saying, well, it was getting amazing reviews, but then it also had this, it's got this tag of being a Marmite film, so you'll either love it or you'll hate it. So the people, if you'll love it, you'll really love it. So that's why it was getting a lot of 5-star reviews, but then it got a few, some people didn't get it either, so.
Was it filmed in Scotland?
Yes, yeah.
It was. Fun fact, it was actually filmed, some scenes of it were actually filmed in my work, and a couple of my colleagues might have background extra roles.
Really?
I'll need to check, I've not seen it yet.
And did you get to meet Scarlett Johansson?
No, I was off the day she was filming.
Oh, damn!
That's a shame.
I would have just come in.
But yeah, everyone else got to meet her. I was so jealous.
And
Apparently she's tiny.
is she nice as well?
Yeah, no one really had anything bad to say about her.
Yeah.
But, I can't attest to it personally. Well gutted. Yeah, I quite fancy seeing that as well though.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
I'm not sure how much of a wide release it's going to get, but I don't know. Like I think I'm trying to think what else is out on the 14th. Well, although Veronica Mars is out on the 14th, although that's not getting a big release either, I don't think.
Probably not here. I think it's got a decent release over in the States.
Yeah. I think because I think there was some question about whether it was even going to get a theatric release over here, but I think it is. But I think it's not. I don't think many cinemas are picking it up, so maybe the big cities will get it.
Yeah.
But actually, it's not a very strong week. So hopefully Under the Skin will get a fair few cities and a fair few, like Cineworld might pick that one up. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that one. And I'm quite intrigued about the 300 sequel as well, which is, I think, it's out on Friday, isn't it? So,
yes, it is.
I think so, yeah.
So I think I'm not sure if it might be one of these films that some of the, if they don't screen for press, it's always a bad sign.
Yeah, usually.
But if it has, we should start getting some reviews of it in the next few days, and so we'll see if it's any good or not. But I really loved the first one, and I'm a big Zack Snyder apologist. Actually, I loved Sucker Punch, so I will stick up for him. Although I won't stick up for Man of Steel because that was really disappointing, but I will stick up for him. And I really enjoyed 300. I saw it on the big screen, and I don't think it was 3D. I think it was just 2D back then, and but I just remember being just transfixed by it, and I just thought it was so beautifully shot. And I studied classics, and so obviously it wasn't completely faithful to history and to literature.
Oh, really?
And
I
things.
didn't realise
No,
that.
it's really more about the action and things. But I really enjoyed it, and I really love Eva Green as well. So I might take. We'll see what the reviews are like, and I do tend to, the ones that I'm not sure about, I tend to wait for the reviews. So if it's getting a panning, then I'll wait.
Yeah, it's one that I'm quite worried about.
I'm guessing Gerard Butler's not in this one.
No, he's not.
No.
I don't know who the male lead is in this one actually.
Is the girl from Game of Thrones, Lena Headey, in it?
Yeah, she's
I know
in
she was
it.
in the original. She's still in it, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen her in the trailer, and then Eva Green is the main antagonist this time, I think. But I can't think who the guy is who's in it. It wasn't anyone I recognised, I don't think. So.
I don't really have time to go and look it up. I wish I'd known.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty worried about it. I've got a feeling it might be a bit of a flop. Like you say, we'll see what the reviews say. I think Stuart was picking that up for us.
Okay.
This week.
There's a couple of films that I've seen already, which I just wanted to give a quick plug to. So there's a tiny little film from Laos out on the 14th of March called The Rocket, which I saw at Leeds Film Festival last year, and it was my favourite film of the festival, and probably my favourite film of 2013. And it's just a lovely little film about it's about a little boy who he's kind of got this stigma in the family of being the bad luck child, and all these tragedies that happen to the family, everyone blames on him, and it's to do with like the culture of the country, but he knows in himself that he's not a bad person, and it's just about his family moving from one settlement to try and find a new home, and throughout the course of this, he decides to enter this rocket competition to make your own handmade rocket, and whichever one travels the furthest and explodes the biggest wins a cash prize, and I think some land as well. So he enters it to try and make a better life for his family. But it's just a really cute little film, and it's kind of predictable, but in a really nice way. And I remember seeing it at Leeds, and when it finished, everybody just applauded, and there was just a good feeling in the cinema about it. So I don't think it will get a big release, but I just wanted to put a shout out to that one.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see it on in a few cinemas. I like when indie films get a decent run in the cinemas.
Yeah, it won at Tribeca last year as well. So it's done really well on the festival circuit. So now it's getting its official release in the UK. So definitely recommend people go and see that. And then on the 21st, Labour Day's out as well, which is Jason Reitman's new film, who did Juno and Up in the Air and Young Adult. And it's a bit of a change of pace, because he does really cool indie comedy dramas, and this one's more of a family drama in it's almost a bit Spielbergian as well. So and it stars Josh Brolin and Kate Winslet, and they're both really solid actors, and you can always rely on them, and they've got good chemistry in this. And it's just a nice little story, and it's been getting a few lukewarm reviews, but I saw it at London Film Festival last year and really, really enjoyed it. So definitely check that one out as well.
Do you know what the trailer for that just does not sell it?
Oh my god, no, it doesn't. I saw it.
It's one of the worst trailers I've seen.
I know. I watched it. I saw it before. I hadn't seen the trailer since I went to see Dallas Buyers Club on Thursday, and the trailer for Labour Day was before that, and it was. As soon as it had finished, I just wanted to stand up and just address everyone and say, it is not as bad as that trailer suggests. It is really good.
I really hope someone does that next time I'm at the cinema.
But yeah, ignore the trailer. Just go and watch it. It's really good.
Okay, I'll give it a go. The one that's out same day as 300, like we were talking about before, Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one of us who actually wanted to see that. I think it looks pretty funny.
I won't go off on my Wes Anderson rant, but I really like Wes Anderson, and then I just think he's got a little bit too set in his ways now. He's a little bit too of his style, and I wish he'd just change it up and just do something completely different. And this looks. I wasn't a big fan of Moonrise Kingdom, and this looks his same kind of style. It does look funny, and it does look better than Moonrise Kingdom. So I might be tempted to give it a go, but I just wish he'd just do something completely different. When he did Fantastic Mr. Fox, which was, I don't know if you guys have seen that, which is this kind of stop motion animated
No,
version.
I've not seen it.
It's really, really good, and it's his kind of humour and style, but just different because it's animated and it's, the Roald Dahl book. So I do think he's a bit better sometimes when he's not working off his own script. But we'll see. It's got a really good cast, hasn't it?
Yes, it does. I forget who's in it right now, but I know it does have a good
lists of people.
Yeah, I remember seeing it, and been pretty impressed. The other one, again, you brought it up before, Veronica Mars. That's my top priority this month. I love the TV show. I've done a few pieces for it on the site, I think, actually. But, like you say, it wasn't really due a massive release here, and obviously a lot of controversy because it was like one of the big budget Kickstarter projects.
Yeah. So
we'll see how it does, but I think it looks pretty decent from the trailers and all that. And basically just an hour and a half to an episode of the show, I think, which isn't a bad thing. Very good show. You should check it out if you've not seen it before. Kind of teen detective thing with Kristen Bell from Frozen and forgetting Sarah Marshall and all that as well.
Yeah, I've had it recommended to me countless times, but just never got round to it. It's only 2 seasons as well, isn't it? So
no, it's...
Is it 3?
4 seasons, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 3.
I thought it was 3.
Maybe it's 3. But it's a little bit like Elementary, actually. It's that same, similar kind of style. A bit more CW than what Elementary is, obviously. But, yeah, it's good. So, obviously, with that getting a remake as a movie, it might be a good segue for us to move on to talk about Heroes coming back.
Yeah.
What do we think about that?
Why?
Liam, I know you want to talk about it.
Just why? Oh, I don't know. That's all I've got to say. Yeah, I don't know. I really liked the first season, and like everyone says, it went rapidly downhill after that, and I can't really say I was sitting on my sofa going, ooh, I really wish they'd bring Heroes back. Like, 24 is coming back, quite happy about that, quite happy to watch another kind of little series of 24, because I think they probably could do more stuff. But, I can't really say I was sitting here going, oh, I really wish they could bring Heroes back. I just don't see the point, really. Why? Just why? And plus, although it has the potential, because if they're going to bring in a new lot of cast, because I must admit by the end, I didn't like Sylar or Claire or any of them. I thought they were all really annoying. So maybe if it's a new cast, and if it's shorter, they won't have to have so much filler, so it has the potential, but yeah, I'll wait and see, but yeah, I just can't really say I understand the logic behind it all, to be honest.
Well, I think that was the original vision they had, was to change the cast every year. Like, just do completely new scenarios sort of thing. Yeah,
like an American Horror Story type thing.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. And because everyone loved Sylar and Hero and all that, they just decided to run with that, and it went a bit shitty.
Just a little.
Do you know what? I think I'm one of the 5 people that actually watched it all the way to the end. And it was cool seeing guys like Robert Nepper popping up and folks like that you see elsewhere on TV, but it just wasn't good. The way they flip-flopped, with some of the cast members, Sylar's a baddie, and then now he's a goodie, and then now he's a baddie again. it got really old really fast, and the hero becoming basically a kind of cartoon version of him. I didn't like that either. There was too many things they done wrong.
Yeah, they just gave them. I think they made them all just too kind of powerful. Like Hero could kind of stop time and everything, and Sylar could do everything, and Claire couldn't die. And then it just kind of got to the point where you were like, well, you know, they all got too big, and you just thought, well, where's the kind of drama behind it all? And then, like you say, they all kind of changed from week to week. Really, it felt at one point they just kind of changed the characters.
Yeah. But I'm pretty excited about seeing it coming back, especially as a web series. I think it'll, you know what I'm like with my web series, I like to get a bit of publicity. So I think it'll kind of turn more attention to that market, maybe. Because I know they did run a web series when the show was on, and it was, I don't know, it was really weird. It was like a comic version, wasn't it? I don't know if any of you actually seen it, but it was quite well hidden away on the network's site. But it seemed like a bit of a waste of time. I just hope that the new version doesn't go the same way.
I suppose maybe if it's now, like you say, web, like you've talked about, like on the podcast the other week even, how like web series are quite the end thing at the moment. Maybe they'll do a better job of it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Kind of take more chance. I mean, I don't know, does it make you guys think of other shows that you kind of think you wish they'd bring back, or think they should bring back as kind of mini series? Is there anything you think, ooh, I wish they'd bring that back?
Veronica Mars was always the one that I wanted. Like the end of the season 3 DVD, they had like a wee kind of mini bit of her going to join the FBI and all that, and I think everyone wanted to see that coming back as a mini series, but obviously the movie coming out. Maybe Friends. Obviously that's too big budget for something like that, but I think just for a bit of extra closure that people want. I mean, everyone wants to see it coming back, don't they? But I think they just need a final nail in the coffin for it, you know? I don't know. I think sitcoms are probably easier for it, but then it's finding one that fits that situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's quite interesting how, obviously, they've brought 24 back as an event series, and like this event series is like the new thing in American television now, it seems. So, but 24 hasn't even aired yet. But NBC, I think, have just seen how well it's been received and gone, oh, what can we do for an event special? So they've, I don't know whether they've always, it's been brewing for a while to bring it back, or whether they just want to do this event mini-series type thing, and they've looked back through their programs and thought, what can we bring back? And I think Tim Kring did Touch, didn't he? And that didn't go anywhere. Yeah. So it's a bit of a shame. He's like, oh, I'm going to have to go back to the one thing that was vaguely successful for me. And it's like, don't you think of something else? But but yeah, it's because I know Fox are doing another one as well, aren't they? With M. Night Shyamalan as well.
Yeah,
I think he's doing like a Twin Peaks type show. So whenever anyone says Twin Peaks, I'm interested, but I do wonder whether they just throw that in there to get people watching, and then it's not going to be anything like the quality of Twin Peaks and the weirdness of Twin Peaks.
Whenever anyone mentions M. Night Shyamalan, that I'm just automatically not interested.
Well, true, yeah.
Bit of a boner killer, isn't it?
So is this going to be? So are they bringing back any of the original cast, or are they? Is this a brand new cast, or have they not?
They haven't said yet. I think the plan is to have it as new cast, and like Stu saying about the web episodes, they're going to use them to introduce them before it actually airs.
Yeah.
But and then they've said that the old cast might pop up every now and again. But I suppose it depends what they're all up to, because I mean, Sylar or Zachary Quinto's now off being Spock.
Yeah, he's a bit too big for it, isn't he?
And Hero's now on Hawaii Five-0, I think.
I guess guys like Greg Grunberg and Milo Ventimiglia, don't know how you say his name, Peter Petrelli, basically. I think they could probably come back and do it, but most of the big ones, maybe not. That's one of those shows like Lost that you wonder whatever happened to some of the cast, don't you?
Yeah.
Like whatever happened to the blonde woman, Ali Larter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where did...
She just disappeared. She went into an episode of Entourage and then never heard from her again. 'Cause she was famous for doing Legally Blonde, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was in that. Was she not in a Resident Evil film? Tell me that up.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe they've all just gone into terrible film roles.
Yeah, Resident Evil films bombed, so.
Oh no, Nathan Petrelli. Can't remember who the actor's name. He pops up in one of the Amazon pilots that Amazon are doing. He's one of them in that. Basically playing Nathan Petrelli, but he can't fly, really. So he's in that, so I know at least that much. And Claire's obviously in Nashville now. You know, country.
Yeah, she's been on to have a pretty decent career. And married to Vladimir Klitschko, isn't she? The boxer. Am I making that up?
If you say so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she is. One of them anyway. Maybe the other one. But with that getting a reboot, I thought it'd be kind of appropriate to bring up The Matrix possibly getting a reboot as well. People have been talking about I don't know if it's an extended trilogy or a remake trilogy or just a completely new trilogy in the same universe. But that's one that I'd be quite interested to see. Because although have you guys seen the original Matrix trilogy?
Yeah.
I haven't.
How could you miss that, Pete?
Well, Keanu Reeves. It's not anything I'm interested in, so I get the same reactions, but
But yeah, I don't know if the second and third films were a lot worse than the first.
A lot worse than the first.
A lot worse, yeah. So I don't know if it's worth continuing on from that, or to go to a different character who's also the one, or what, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they do with it anyway. If they decide, this is all just rumours, but a few sources reported it, so I figured it's worth mentioning anyway. I don't know, maybe it'd be a bit more popular if Keanu Reeves wasn't in it.
Yeah.
A lot of hate for the guy. I quite like him, but he is very bland, isn't he?
Very. I think it's the same as Heroes for me. I just wonder why they would need to bring it back. Again, I can't really say that people are sitting here thinking, ooh, I really wish they'd do a new Matrix trilogy.
yeah, it's a bit like it made me think of them redoing the Spider-Man films now as well. It still seems too recent from the Tobey Maguire films, and I'm sure the Matrix was only 10 or so years ago, wasn't it? So
2004 was the last one, I think. Is that right?
yeah, so 10 years ago.
But I see why they're doing it, because obviously the last two in the series flopped. I think it's a better story than what those two show off. I think it deserves something better. But when do you ever get reboots that are better? It's not a very good conversion rate, is it?
No. Although, to be fair, the new Spider-Man maybe I think's better than the Tobey Maguire ones.
Yeah,
I agree though, I don't know why they did it, but...
No, I think the characters are better, but you knew the story, didn't you? And you knew where it was going, so... but yeah, no, I did like... I prefer Andrew Garfield to Tobey Maguire, definitely.
So, should we move on to talk about the Oscars?
Yes, so it's the day after the Oscars. I'm still really tired.
Did you sit up and watch it?
I did, yes. I don't have Sky or E or anything fancy like that, so it was all online streams. So it's very kind of hit and miss, really, with what you get. So it started off, because you start off with the red carpet, obviously, and it was with E for a bit, and then it switched to ABC, which I guess is fine. I'm not really a big fan of E and Kelly Osbourne talking about all the fashions and all these Ryan Seacrest, and I can't remember what the main woman's name is, but he does these terrible, inane interviews, and you're just like... But I thought the red carpet was a bit dull this year, actually. It was just kind of nice. It was, everyone was in kind of nice dresses, and the men were in kind of, there was a lot of white tuxedos this year, and it was just nice. There wasn't anything outrageous, and I don't know, it just seemed to drag the red carpet, and then you get to the ceremony, which kicks off about 1:30 in the morning our time in the UK. And it's just like, we're only at the beginning, we've got the whole show to go yet. And, but I actually thought Ellen DeGeneres as the host, I thought she was really funny, actually. I know there's been kind of mixed reactions to her hosting style, but I really liked her opening monologue, and that properly cheered me, woke me back up and cheered me back up and got me in the mood for the long slog. And I just really liked the way her hosting style was just really just like hanging out in the audience and chatting to like Meryl Streep and Liza Minnelli and Julia Roberts and Jared Leto. And I loved I'm sure you've all seen the selfie that she did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was just amazing because it was initially just her and Meryl, and then Julia Roberts was like, "Oh, I'll get Julia, like I know her." Julia Roberts was like, "Oh, I'll join in," and then everybody kind of joined in, and just seeing it happen live on TV was just good fun. And then she was like, "Oh, let's see if we can get the most retweets," and so I joined in. I was one of those horrible people that retweeted it, but I think it's had like 2, nearly 3 million retweets now, so it's just crazy. Yeah, it was a really nice pick. So, and then I really liked the way she ordered pizza for everybody.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I saw that. I thought it was really cool.
There was a great bit where she was handing it all out, and because she did a bit beforehand where she was like, "Who wants pizza?" and people put their hands up, and she was noting them all down and stuff. And Harrison Ford was like put his hand up and was like, "I want some pizza." And then when she was passing it
around, that's a great Harrison Ford impression, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I would like some pizza. And but when he got the pizza, he like pointedly took the slice of pizza and then stopped it all so he could get a napkin as well. It's like, "Oh, he needs a napkin with that." It just made me laugh. And I think Jared Leto got some for his mum, and Jamie Foxx got some for his daughter. So it was just really nice. I really liked it. I really liked that kind of, she didn't need to stand up and do song and dance numbers, and
yeah.
And she was a lot better than Seth MacFarlane last year.
Yeah, he wasn't very good, was he?
No, it was just a bit awkward to watch, and yeah.
It's not really that kind of audience, is it?
No, I don't think. No, and I mean, bits of it worked, but I think she overall was just a lot funnier, and so I really enjoyed her as host. But what about you guys? So neither of you stayed up for it, I presume?
No. I'd worked today, so I couldn't stay up for it. But I mean, I've seen the pictures and obviously that, and yeah, it looked like it would be a good laugh, kind of being there, like, and it makes you kind of think quite nice to see them all kind of being kind of regular, like fighting over pizza and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah.
See, I usually like watching all the red carpet stuff, like you say.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah.
Who's going mental with what they're wearing and all that daft stuff, but I don't know, I just wasn't up for it this year. I felt like it was going to be a bit predictable. And plus, I had to get up early to watch Attack on Titan, obviously.
Obviously. Priorities.
What do you think of the folks who won, like, all the kind of major awards? I mean, 12 Years a Slave was pretty obviously going to win the...
Well, that was a really interesting one, actually, because throughout the ceremony, obviously they start off with Best Supporting Actor, so they always do a big one straight away. But then after that you get into the more technical categories, so you get into hair and makeup and visual effects and production design and things. And every single award that Gravity was nominated for, it was winning, and it was picking up this momentum. And then there's an award for Best Editing, which is it's one of these awards where there's loads of statistics about how generally the film that wins for Best Editing will win Best Picture. So when Gravity picked that up, there was a lot of like, oh, is it going to win Best Picture? And then I think it won, well, obviously Alfonso Cuarón picked up Best Director, which was kind of a given anyway. But there just seemed to be, when it came to Best Picture, you could just feel there's a bit more tension, like, is it going to be Gravity, or will it still be 12 Years a Slave? So, and I just thought, I think Gravity might actually take it, but then 12 Years a Slave came kind of in a way out of nowhere and took it. So, but I think it was the right choice. I think I was really pleased that won. But then I would have been pleased for Gravity as well, actually.
Yeah, you can't really, looking at the list, you can't really argue with any of them, can you?
No.
Maybe a bit of a shock that Dallas Buyers Club didn't get the Best Original Screenplay. That was her that got that.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I really liked her. I thought it was really well written.
Yeah, and I think it was a popular win as well, Spike Jonze winning that. So, no, I was really pleased with all the winners, actually. I was really pleased for Lupita Nyong'o. Really pleased she won it, because I know it was between her and Jennifer Lawrence, and I am not the biggest fan of Jennifer Lawrence, so but I haven't seen American Hustle, but Lupita Nyong'o is amazing in 12 Years a Slave, and she just seems just really lovely and down to earth, and just not she hasn't been taken in by the she's not Hollywoodized yet, you know, she's a fresh face, and she was really, her speech was really lovely as well. She just really charming, and just completely overwhelmed and excited and happy for everything that was happening. You know, that's happened to her during award season, so I thought that was really lovely. And I'm really pleased with Matthew McConaughey as well.
We were talking earlier about Matthew McConaughey's speech.
Yeah, I really liked his speech. I just thought I don't know, his accent just makes him quite charming anyway, and I just think I know he was basically saying that his hero was himself, and a lot of people, and we talked about how he didn't mention, Jared Leto made a point, and actually, I think it was hair and makeup. I think it won for as well, and the girls who did that made a point of thanking all the not thanking, but making a point to mention the victims of the AIDS virus and HIV, and you know how important the film was, and to tell their story. And Matthew McConaughey didn't mention any of that. It was pretty much all about his award, and you know who he looks up to and who he wanted to thank, and thanked God as well. It was he was the only one who made it a bit, you know, went the religious route for the speech. But I thought he was really charming, and I really liked it, and he is really good in that film. So I've got no complaints really.
Let me ask you, do you think you said Best Supporting Actor was the first award up, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, I think it was the first one.
If Jared Leto hadn't made that speech, done the whole kind of charity angle of it, do you think it would have went down the same kind of controversy for McConaughey?
That's what I was going to say.
That made me think maybe he thought, you know, they've already been mentioned. You know, Jared Leto's already mentioned them, and the hair makeup girls have already mentioned it. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure they rehearsed their speeches, and he knew what he wanted to say. But I can also imagine, you know, you forget so many things while you're up there because it's so overwhelming, and whether he meant to mention them and just, you know, forgot, or, you know, was, you know, because I think when they go up there, I think they're given, on the teleprompter thing, I think they're given like their time limit to speak or something.
Right.
So, because some of them are like, oh, I've got 40 seconds and I've got to say this and this and this. So whether he was, I don't know. So,
is it his first Oscar?
It is, yes.
I was just saying maybe that's as well. He was getting all like excited.
Yeah.
His first one, and obviously having his big reconnaissance.
Yes.
He's going on about. He was looking a bit excited.
I know. I like to think he's also won for True Detectives because he's so good in that.
What do you think about John Travolta? Because I've read that John Travolta pronounced.
Yes.
I'm going to say her name right. Idina Menzel's name.
Idina Menzel. Yeah. He called it. Well, he kind of mumbled it a little bit, but it was quite clearly Adela Dazeem. He called her. He was like the wickedly amazing and talented, and the only Adela Dazeem. And it was just like, what? And me in my ignorance, I was like, oh, well, maybe that's how you pronounce her name. And then Twitter was like, he totally fucked up. So, but I loved how she's changed her Twitter name to that now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's just changed her whole Twitter name and her Twitter handle to Adela Dazeem. So she's obviously clearly taken it really well. So.
Well, that's good. At least she's not been insulted by it or anything.
No. And I haven't heard John Travolta's reaction to it at all. So.
No.
But yeah, there's some great vines and gifs of it. So. It's quite hypnotic to watch, really. It's like you just keep saying it over and over again. Surely you rehearse who you know. You've just got that one person to announce. You would learn their names. So.
That's definitely going to link up the vines of it.
Yeah, it's good.
People need to see this.
And I was really excited for her performance of Let It Go as well, and that won Best Song as well.
Yes.
From Frozen, because I do like a bit of the Frozen soundtrack, so...
It's the only film I've probably seen at the Oscar lot, and I'm glad.
Yeah. And of course it won Best Animated Film as well.
Was it the full cast that were...
No, it was just her. So she voices Elsa, who performs it in the film. So, no, it was just her.
Because I know Kristen Bell and a few of the other guys from it were...
Yeah, they were there,
doing it as something else. I know they all done a wee song from it.
Oh,
that sounded really, really horrible, didn't it?
no, I know.
Yeah, I know they.
I think Kristen Bell presented an award from my fuzzy memory. I'm sure she did. But no, it was just Adina Menzel. Oh, sorry, Adela Dazeem performing the song. So, and she was really nervous as well, which was a shame. I mean, it was a really great performance, but she could tell she was rushing it a little bit, and her pacing was a little bit off.
Yeah, I've read that she was a bit pitchy in that. I mean, I haven't seen it yet because I tried to find it on YouTube and I can't find it anywhere. But I've heard that she was a bit pitchy at some point.
Yeah, towards the end, because there's so many high notes towards the end as well, and obviously she kind of just had to pace herself, at the beginning she had to kind of, to keep her breath and everything. But she just seemed a bit. I've read that the orchestra were backstage, or they were in a slightly different room, so whether she couldn't quite hear the backing track, she just seemed just a bit ahead of everyone, and her pacing was just a little bit off. But whether she was just really nervous, I don't know. But it was fine. It was just, when you really love the song and you've listened to it so much. Hands up, it's me. That every single moment, and you're just like, oh, she's quick, she's ahead of that there, and But no, I can't imagine performing to like millions of viewers. So.
Well, I'm a bit surprised by that because she's a huge Broadway star, isn't she? She's done that plenty of times before, surely. Yeah. I can't see her being nervous.
I
suppose maybe it's different between Broadway's I don't know how many you can get in a theatre, but 1,000 people and there's millions of people and watching.
I guess.
And just
she's on Glee as well, though, so it's not really as if she's not used to being on camera or whatever. I know live is obviously completely different, but
yeah, I think it's just the live element of it, and just knowing that imagine looking down at the front row and you've got Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto and Leonardo DiCaprio all looking at you, and you just probably freak out a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Was there any other kind of controversies at it?
No, not really.
No,
I
that's
think
a bit of a shame. I like a bit of a award ceremony controversy.
Yeah,
I know there's been quite a few photo bombs. Like there's the one of Benedict Cumberbatch behind you too, and all that. And your favourite friend.
No, but Stu, it's great. It's so good.
It's a good photo. And I think there's one with Jared Leto and
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, I think it's Anne Hathaway. I think she's getting her photo taken, and he pops up.
Oh, okay. There's another one where he's being interviewed, and Lupita Nyong'o's photobombing him. So.
All right.
It seems to be the theme of this year: photobombing and selfie.
Yeah, we'll put a few of them in the link dump as well, so that everyone can see them, just in case they miss them on bigger sites that we won't mention. I don't know. Was there any other topics that we want to bring up? Running a bit shorter than usual, but I think an hour's still plenty of time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
so
that's
we'll
isn't it?
wrap it up then. So, thanks very much, guys, for coming on. You can follow Liam at crisp_packet.
Yep, that's right.
Yep, that's the one, yeah. crisp_packet on Twitter. And you can follow Kate on Twitter at _culturemouse.
Yeah, at _culturemouse, yeah.
Not the other Culture Mouse.
No.
That's a fake Culture Mouse. Fuck them.
Someone pretending to be Kate.
Indeed, my nemesis.
And don't forget you can follow the site on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus if you just search TV and Film Review.
And you, Stu, you can follow you as well. You've not mentioned yourself.
Well, I am at the Stew Dog. Everybody should know that by now.
It's because everybody just knows. It's ingrained into their consciousness.
Yes. Yeah, at the Stew Dog to follow me on Twitter if you fancy that. Where did I get to? YouTube as well. You can follow stuff on YouTube. We're starting to put a little bit more on, tying it in with the best of the web series and podcast, obviously. I'm having a bit of trouble with YouTube where we can't upload the podcast, but I've got it on my channel and I'm putting it onto the TV and film review one, so we will still have it there. It'll all be tied in. And hopefully we'll have some videos we're going down to Newcastle Comic Con this weekend. We'll hopefully have some content to put up from that as well. Try to get some interviews with some superheroes and I don't know, other dwarves and Game of Thrones characters and things like that.
Aye, and if you're going to be there, also try and find us and say hello.
Somewhat.
I was going to say, if people are going to be there, it'd be good for them to try and find us and say hello.
Oh, right, yeah, of course. We'll be hunting people down anyway, so don't worry too much about that. We will get you if you're there.
That sounds threatening.
Yeah, you can, hopefully you're already subscribed on iTunes. That's apparently the one that matters. But if not, you can search TVFR and you'll get us there and click the big subscribe button. You can get us on Bandcamp as well at tvandfilmreview.bandcamp.com. It's like a high quality MP3 download. And I think that's it. So yeah, thanks very much again, guys. And we'll hopefully see you next week if you fancy coming on. And I'll need... Oh, wait. Theme song. What theme song are we having this week?
How about some...
Heroes one's a bit shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it? What about some Let It Go?
Oh, that's...
yeah.
Wait. If I put that on YouTube, it'll get flagged. I'll try it. I'll try it and see what happens. Maybe it'll be on too late until for them to catch it. But yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll find something. Okay. Thanks very much for listening, folks. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Domino's Pizza. Take a fresh look.